Welcome back from the break. In the studio right now I have Leilani Wyatt, who is actually in Australia for 11 days, and she's giving us a little bit of time today to have a chat to her. Hi Leilani, thank you for being here.
Hi, no worries, it's nice to be here.
Oh, thank you. Basically, first up I'd like to ask you, what inspired you to become an actress?
Well, when I was a little girl, I used to watch back-to-back James Bond movies all weekend, and by the way, my mum was very concerned. She thought I was going to turn out a little odd because of all the objectification of women, all the explosions, everything like that. But it actually inspired me just to be an actress. My whole life I wanted to be a Bond girl, and I think that's why I wanted to be an actress.
Oh, that's beautiful. And you live in LA at the moment, and I believe for the last 3 years. How difficult is it to sort of crack into the industry in Los Angeles?
Well, there are so many people there. There's just thousands of actors, and everybody's beautiful, everybody's talented, and just getting people to know you, I think, is one of the hardest things, because there are so many people that move there and stay a year, 3 years, 5 years, and just getting everybody to realize that you're serious, that you're there to stay, you're a serious actress, and you know, for them to actually start calling you back. And I think now, at 3 years, I'm just starting to be called back to the same offices over and over again. Other than that, I think because LA is such a big town and you spend all your day in traffic. If you have 2 or 3 meetings a day, it's like you spend all your day in your car and that's your day done. And that can be very isolating, I think. And it's a town full of hustlers, so everybody's on the make all the time. When you meet people, they usually qualify you within 5 minutes, whether or not you can help their career or if you know anybody that can help their career. And if you don't, then they usually they're very nice, but they just kind of discard you. So that's very tough as well, making friends.
Right, yeah. And you've worked with, you're working with some of the top acting teachers. What is that like?
You know what? It's awesome. It's really great working with different people with different approaches. But in the end, it makes you realize that all the styles are kind of very similar. They originate from the same place, and they just have different names for different, the same techniques. But I was very, very fortunate that I had really amazing training at the Actors Workshop in Brisbane.
Yes.
And the more I train with other people, it makes me realize actually that the training I got was awesome. Everything that an actor would need, it was included in the training, like movement and voice and theatre and stage combat, which I have used so much and actually has branched into another option for me for making money. I now do motion capture for video games, which has been a savior, and thank you, motion capture. I now survive in LA because of that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And what about the American accent? How long does that take to perfect it? And
well, it took a little while. When I first moved there, I got an accent coach and worked with her for a few months. But now I practice every single day on my own, just talking to people. And it's tough. It's really, really tough, because in the back of your mind, in a very emotional scene, you're still thinking about your accent, so where your tongue is placed and exactly what your lips are doing.
Yeah.
So it makes it difficult, but yeah, it's just one of the obstacles that we face. But there are a lot of Australian and British actors doing very well, so
oh, that's amazing.
we'll be all right.
Yeah. What projects have you worked on in the past?
Most of my feature films have been in Australia. I recently worked on a horror called Still Waters here in Australia. I recently worked with Will Ferrell, actually, on a feature film, but I was a body double, but I got to meet Will Ferrell, who, by the way, is awesome.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Really?
he's awesome.
Yeah. So with the Still Waters, that's gained a little bit of interest. Where is that being featured?
Well, it was very recently screened at Cannes, so fingers crossed for a distribution deal. I actually haven't seen it yet either, so I saw snippets of it while I was doing ADR in LA. But I haven't seen the final product, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Well, that's really exciting. And when did you actually film that?
June last year in Brisbane, actually on the Sunshine Coast.
Oh, awesome. So, what kind of direction would you want to go down in the future, or do you have any plans?
Well, because acting is highly stressful, I actually thought recently, what else would I do in the business? And, I really enjoy writing. I've co-written a script that I will actually be making in Brisbane next year. And I like directing, but in the end, acting makes me happy. So I would just love to continue acting and doing more fulfilling roles. Maybe eventually be a Bond girl.
Oh, awesome. I think you can do anything that you want to do. Well, that's about all we've got time for today, and I appreciate you giving us the time on your busy schedule.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Alani. Back from the break, Emma's going to be chatting to Roman.